Welcome to my first ever EDC.
Leave me on red, baby, but I still get the message. Instead of lines, 3 dots, but I can connect them.
And for those who don't know, EDC stands for everyday carry. And for me, I'm always outside. I'm always either walking, taking photos, or just really just being outside, enjoying the nature. I never really spend time in my house, honestly, which is kind of crazy. With all that being said, I'm very particular with what's with me every day. Everything has its own purpose. Everything is used and everything gets the well-needed love that it needs. Like I said, welcome to my EDC. Let's get started. We're gonna start with the basics, with a basic, and this is something that I think everyone should carry around, your wallet. For this one right here, I'm rocking the Goyard Green. I've had this for about 2 or 3 years. It's pretty beat up, but I love it. It's super easy. It has 6 slots, and then there's 2 inside ones, and then like a bigger one for cash or whatever, but no one really carries cash these days, you know what I'm saying? Everyone just taps their phone. But even with that being said, I feel like you need to have your wallet on you. You know what I'm saying? We're grown, we're older. Now, you know, you gotta walk around with a form of ID. And if you don't have any of that, what are we doing? We can't be walking around with our passport to get into places or to show that you are of age to take a drink at the bar. No more of that. Everyone needs to have their license on hand or a form of ID that could fit in a wallet this small. In here I have my credit cards, my ID, like I said. I got some photos. You know, I got some photos here of me and my Schmelly. This one is from like 4 years ago. I think she was 1 year old, and I'm never gonna take this out. Pretty beat up, as you can see, but I'm gonna try my hardest to keep it forever. This, my Syracuse student card. Funny story, this was actually in my friend Taryn's backpack. If you guys know Taryn, his name is T Cuts on Instagram, go check him out. But for some reason, this was in his backpack, and now I'm gonna keep it forever because Jesus, that is an interesting photo. But memories, you know, memories. So I gotta keep that. Another essential, but super basic, my house keys. I don't do too much with my house keys, okay? I don't have all the little nicks and knacks that go on it. Actually, let me show you guys my house keys compared to my girlfriend's house keys. From the jingle, you can already tell whose is whose. You know, she has a lot going on here. And I'm just not like that. Very simple. The key to get into the house and the key to get into the building. Nothing more is needed for me. She has all the stuff, and that's, you know, that's her. My Field Notes notebook. All right, this is one of many that I have. This one is a collaboration with Field Notes and Leica, so you know that I've had to get a shout out to my guy Rob from the Leica store in New York. He gifted me a couple of these, and I use this thing every single day for so many different reasons. On a game day, I like to use it to write down things that, you know, I kind of want to remember before the game, things about my game, things about the other team. And it's real basic. It's nothing super crazy. Wrote down confidence, be aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Be shot ready, strong base, loaded, hold your follow through. Things like that, just to jog my memory. I write it down before the game. I go do my shoot around. Then right before I run out, I read it again. Visualize myself doing these things. Go through, play the game. I like to envision myself in certain situations that I'm gonna be in, and writing it down helps with that a lot. So that's the basketball side. Content in life, you know, in here you'll find my regular to-dos. I don't use phone to-dos because I get too distracted way too easily. Everything that I think about, I quickly write it down, right? This is why this is with me at all times, because my mind is always racing, bro. I'm always thinking of different things, different content, different ideas, and I have to make sure that I have something handy to write it down with. Another EDC, we're gonna talk about the book that I'm reading. I always keep a book on me. I'm not gonna lie, I was in a bit of a reading funk, okay? I was in a bit of a reading funk, and I'm gonna say it's because of this book. This book was recommended to me by a lot of people on my Instagram. I posted on my Instagram, and a lot of people said, read this one. Read it, and man, one of the slowest starts in a book you can ever imagine. And it was just chapter after chapter of like, I'm like, yo, when are we gonna get to the good stuff? And it took me so long, and I swear to you, I really don't like giving up on books. So I was about like 10 pages away from being like, nah, scrap this one. You people lied to me. And then we got to the plot. And boy, it was worth the wait, I'm not gonna lie. I'm almost done. I've been reading on the plane, reading any chance I get. This one is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. I'm a big thriller book guy. I like when I could feel like I'm watching a movie while reading the book because they do such a great job of explaining the things that are going on. You know, and this one right here, this one I feel like is gearing up for a great ending. A great ending. I have a couple books queued up, but right now, this is with me at all times. So it's in my everyday carry. Next, music, baby. Music is a big part of my life. Every day you can catch me listening to music, whether it's a 5-minute drive going to practice or a 25-minute drive going to the game or a 2.5-hour flight. I always have music playing. So these are with me. And if I'm on the plane, I rock these. Because of the noise cancellation, these are the Sony XM5s. Again, another story. I lost my Sony XM6s about 2 weeks after I bought them. I left them in an Uber, and the Uber driver must have known what they were because he didn't answer the phone after I called him. So he ran off with my headphones. Uber, if you see this, I want my headphones back. But these are XM5s, just as great. You know, I don't want to get into specs or anything, but there's a million videos out there saying that if you have these, is it really worth upgrading to the XM6s? I'm not sure because the noise cancellation is the same. The only difference I feel like is that they fold. These don't fold and they're perfect. They're super comfy, super light. Sony, you guys cooked with these. There's always music playing, I love it. This is a recent pickup, but an EDC nonetheless. It's my Nintendo Switch 2 and it was an impulsive buy. I kind of struggle of sleeping on planes. I get bored, there's no Wi-Fi on the plane, so I need something to do. Bought one of these. Just went to the store, closed my eyes, swipe my card. Nintendo Switch 2. I'm not a huge gamer anymore, unless it's with this. All right, I love how portable it is. It's so small, it's so slim, and you could even take the sides off to make it even skinnier. You know what I'm saying? I only have Mario Kart 2K, which is awful on this, FIFA, great, and Madden. Haven't played Madden yet, and we fly a lot. So I felt like this was perfect to put this in my EDC because it's always going in my bag, whether I use it or not, it's always in my bag, so it gets carried. How can I miss? You know, I felt like I needed this right now, so that's why I want to talk about it. Lip balm, ladies and gentlemen, lip balm chapstick, a must for everyone out there. All right, it's 2025. We cannot be walking around with chapped lips, okay? I'm trying to put y'all on game. Fellas, ladies don't like chapped lips. You cannot have the white crust around, none of that. Can't do it. It's not appealing, it doesn't look good, you look nasty. So yeah, this is with me at all times. Again, this is something that I fill my pockets for, and if it's not in there, if I'm downstairs, I will run back upstairs to get it. So Blistex, if you see this and you want to send your boy a nice little care package, because you just heard that I lose this all the time, I'm very welcoming. We could talk in my email, you know what I'm saying? We're almost finished. We're almost finished with my EDC. Osmo Pocket 3, something that I neglected for a long time. The reason why is because I honestly don't like the colors that come out of this thing, okay? The D-Log M to me isn't the greatest. I don't feel like I have a lot of versatility to color grade out of this thing because it's not full log. You know, that M sneaks in there. I don't know what it means, but it doesn't give you the full range as like something, you know, FX3 or any other Sony camera, but now it's with me because I'm overseas. You know, there's so many things I want to record, and all the time it's not great to bring my FX3 around because it's too heavy. So now I take this around. To me, now it's more about capturing the moment, right? Moments with my teammates, moments in different countries that I've never been in. DJI, you guys made a great product, but I can't wait for that 4 to see what kind of upgrades we could get. It's just the colors don't really sit right with me. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe someone's got to teach me how to color grade correctly with this thing. But for the most part, I do love the Osmo Pocket 3, and it's with me at all times. Second, last but not least, I want to save this one. My Leica M6. Is there much more to be said about this camera? I don't know, because I feel like I talk about it in a lot of videos. I do not feel like myself unless I have my Leica M6 around my shoulder. For so many reasons. The sounds. And with this beautiful camera, the M6, I have the 35mm Summilux, which I love. This is my first lens that I bought and my only lens. I've contemplated going with the 28 because I just feel like all street photographers have a 28, but I do love the 35, and I'm really starting to know my distance. If I want to zone focus with this camera, with this lens, I'm getting really good at knowing my distances, okay? So for right now, I don't want to switch because I don't want to mess it up. I've been using this for over a year now. I'm starting to get some wear and tear on it, which I honestly want because, you know, it looks cool. I can see the brass coming through at the bottom. I do take really good care of this. You will never see this thing just lying around. It's always somewhere put up, and if I'm putting it down, lightly put it down. Little bonus, but the films that I am using, of course, a roll of Portrait 400 will always be in my pocket if there's not one in here already. It's probably the most famous color film. You know, you can never go wrong. The colors are there, they're true, and when you get it back, you have a lot of versatility, a lot of range to make any tweaks that you want to make. I'm usually a Tri-X guy, but they didn't have Tri-X at my local film store. So T-Max, something new. I like it. First, I only shot, I think, one roll. Photos that came back were great. You know, just another great black and white film stock. So that's a little bonus. The films that I bring, but my M6 with me at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my EDC. Thank you for tapping in. I have never made one of these, but it's Q3, you know what I'm saying? The year is almost over. So I felt like, why not make some end of the year content? And this is one of those ones, my EDC to end Q3. If you're watching this, give me some more book recommendations because I'm almost finished this one. I know I said I had some books queued up, but I'm always looking for things that, you know, you guys like, or, you know, just to expand. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Again, I'll see you guys later in the next video. New videos on the way, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Brissy's tapping out. Peace.